Hi guys, my name is Calvin Lake. I'm a lecturer at University of Wales Trinity St David's. I'm a PhD student. I'm just about to finish a PhD looking at the design methodology for products such as yours, kiteboards, snowboards, skis, skateboards, that sort of thing. My background is automotive, and I wanted to look at whether or not the tools used in the automotive industry, or developed in the automotive industry, in the aerospace industry, whether those sorts of tools, those sorts of numerical tools, could be used to help you guys design your products. So things like finite element analysis, computer-aided design, all of these sorts of modern computer-aided tools, whether or not they could be integrated successfully into the design processes that you use to help you understand how to design better products, how to produce better products. One of the things I want to try and do in order to do this is to understand exactly what the current methodology you guys are currently using, if anyone is using that sort of thing, and if not, why not? You might not think it's appropriate, you might not have thought of it, whatever. I just want to try and understand what the reasons are it is or isn't being used, so that I can discuss that in my proposals. So what I've done, I've sent you all a link to a survey, a Survey Monkey survey, online survey. It's a very quick survey. It's 14 questions long. Should take you 5-10 minutes to fill it out. Okay. If you don't mind doing that for me, that would be great, just so that I've got some understanding as to the sorts of tools you guys are currently using. So if I just take you quickly through that survey. So question number one, I've asked for your company name. I'm not going to use that when I publish it, or when I talk about the results. That's purely for my use, so that I can understand who has replied and who hasn't replied. Okay. So question number one, just tell me who you are. Question number two, how many people does your company employ? Just tell me, how many people you've got currently working for you, so that I understand the size of your business. Question number three, do you use computer-aided design or CAD in the design of your products? So do you use any sorts of, any sort of computer CAD package to help you design your products? Question number four, do you use finite element analysis, FEA, in the design of your products? If you do, then tick yes. If not, go to question 9. Okay. Question number 5, if you do use FEA, do you use it to verify your designs? I.e., do you come up with a design based on your experience, your judgment, your gut feel, whatever? Do you come up with a design and then produce a computer model to understand how that's going to respond? Question number 6. If you use FEA, do you use any form of optimization to inform the design of your products? For example, to tell you how many plies you need and in what orientation to place these plies at during manufacture. So if you do use those sorts of tools, let me know. If no, go straight to question 8. If yes, describe the type of optimization that you use. There's different sorts of optimization. If you don't use it, that's fine, don't answer that question. If you do use it, tell me what sort of stuff you use, whether it's topology optimization, topometry optimization, that sort of thing. Question number 8. If you do not use optimization whilst designing your product, what is the reason that you do not use this? Tell me a little bit about that. Why don't you use this stuff? It might be that you think it's not appropriate. It might be that you think it's too expensive. Whatever. If you don't use it, tell me why you're doing this stuff. Or it might be that you've never thought of it, or you've never heard of it. I don't know. Just tell me the reason that you don't use this stuff. Question number 9. The same thing for FEA. If you do not use FEA, what is the reason that you do not use this? So tell me why that is. Question number 10. If you don't use CAD, computer-aided design, what is the reason that you do not use this? And then question number 11. Do you rely solely on previous subjective experience, judgment, and your expertise to design your products. I.e., is it gut feel? Is it, you've tried this sort of thing before and it works, and so you're using that. It might be that you've got particular circumstances for your products, and the best thing the best way that you should design your product for those circumstances. You don't use any computer programs, you don't use any numerical tools. It's based purely, it's more of an art. It's based on your expertise. Question number 12, which of the following design methodologies do you feel most closely represents your company when designing a new product? Okay, and I've suggested 4 design methodologies there. If none of those are suitable, don't describe just tick the 5th option, none of the above, and go to question 13. So if I just quickly go through those, option number 1 is basically, you identify a gap in the market, you produce a prototype based on your experience and your judgment and whatever. You give that to an experienced rider, professional or semi-professional rider or whatever. You get some feedback from them, you modify your design, you might go through that loop a few times, and then finally you end up with a final product which you release for sale. Option number 2, basically the same, but you're starting to use some computer aided design to come up with your product. So rather than creating sketches or whatever drawings, you do this using a computer. Option number 3 is where you then start to use FEA. So a gap in the market for a new product is identified, a prototype is produced to give the desired characteristics and the required functionality, using FEA to complement your experience and judgment. So you're still doing, you're still using your experience and judgment, but you're using some FEA as well, so that you can verify your designs and understand whether or not they're stiff enough, whether the torsional stiffness is good enough, or bending stiffness, or natural frequency, or whatever it is you're interested in. And then the 4th option, a gap in the market for a new product, is identified a prototype is designed to give the desired characteristics and have the required functionality, using optimization to complement our experience and judgment. So that last option there, that 4th option, is really rather than simply laying something up fairly arbitrarily in terms of number of plies and stacking sequence and orientation of those fibers and the weight of the composite material, weight of the pre-preg or whatever it is you're using. You might use some numerical tools to tell you how many plies you need and where to place those, and to get the response that you want. So those are those 4 options. If none of those are appropriate, if none of those discuss your business, just tick the 5th option, none of the above, and then tell me in question number 13 if you've not chosen a methodology. In question 12, please describe your methodology here. So just tell me actually, what it is you do. Tell me a little bit about how you would go about designing and building a new product. And then question number 14, I've just put a box at the end there in case there's anything else you want to add. Tell me a little bit more about yourself if you want to. If you think this, what I've been discussing here is suitable or good, or if there's anything else you want to talk about at all, just add your comments in that final box. When you're all done, just click on the green box at the bottom. It says submit your answers. That will send me the information, and thanks for completing the survey. That will help tremendously for me to understand what it is you guys are doing. And what I'll do, if it's of interest to you, when I've submitted this thesis, which hopefully will be in this, towards the end of this year, probably, certainly within 12 months, so certainly within this year. If you're interested, drop me an email. My email's at the top of that survey. So kelvin.lake@uwtsd.ac.uk. Just drop me an email, and if you are interested, and I'll send you a copy of the thesis. So you can have a look through and you can see what I've been discussing. So like I say, really it's just about taking the design methodologies from other industries, aerospace industry, automotive industry, and applying it to the sorts of products that you guys are producing. Like I say, I'm a kiteboarder, so I've used a kite surf board as a case study. But that, to be honest, that's pretty arbitrary. It's just as suitable for skateboards, snowboards, skis, surfboards, that sort of thing. I just want to understand whether or not it's a viable option for designing those sorts of products. So please fill in that survey. Drop me an email if you do want to get a copy of the final thesis. Thanks for your help. It should only take 5-10 minutes. Thanks for your help. That's great. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.